Okay, assalamu alaikum. This is our lesson today, is equivalent fraction. And the important point here to look at the equivalent fraction table. The equivalent fraction table. The equivalent fraction table. Look at one here. One is equals what here? Look. Yes, here is one. Let's change the color. Yes, this is one. Okay. Look at here, the pink. How many parts are there? There are two parts. How many parts are there? There are two parts. There are two parts. Okay. Here is one part and here is one part. So there are two parts and the two parts are equal. And the value for each part is 1/2. This is part is what we called 1/2. And this part is equal to 1/2. So how many halves are there? There are two halves. So 2 halves equals what? Equal to 1. Look here. 2 parts is equal. Sorry. Here is 2 part. Yes. 1/2 is equal to 1? No. 2 halves is equals 1? Yes. So 2 halves is equals what? Look at the rectangle here. The red rectangles and the pink rectangle look the same. So 1 is equals what? 1 is equals 2 halves. 1 is equal to half. So 2 halves equals what? 2 halves equals 1. And we can write 2 halves by fraction form. It will be 2 halves. So 1 equal 2 halves. Look at the next here. How many parts are there? 1, 2, 3 parts. And the 3 parts are equal. And each part is 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. So how many thirds are there? There are 3 thirds. And the 3 thirds equals what? Look. 3 thirds equals what? Is equals to 1. 3 thirds is equal to 1. So 1 equal 3 thirds. So 3 thirds equals what? Equal to 1. 3 thirds equal 1. And here is 3 thirds. Okay. So look at the next. How many parts are there? There are 4 parts. And each part is what? 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. 1/4. So when I ask how many forces are there? How many forces are there? There are 4 forces. There are 4 forces. There are 4 forces. How many forces? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 forces equal to what? Look at the 4 forces here, space. Look. Here is 4 force. 4 force equal to what? Equal to 1. Equal to 1. Equal to 1. Okay, so 4 force equal 1. And then the next also, how many parts? There are 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each part is 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. So how many fifths are there? There are 5 fifths. So 5 fifths equals what? Equals 1. And look at the next. How many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many? Yes, and the value for each part is 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, and 1 out of 6. So how many sixes here? There are 6 sixes. And 6 sixes equals what? Equals 1, and so on. 7 7 means 7 out of 7 equals 1. And then the next, 8 eighths means 8 out of 8 equals 1. And 9 ninths mean 9 out of 9 equals 1. And 10 tenths equal 10 out of 10 equals 1. And look at the next, 11 elevenths equals 1. And then 12 twelfths is equal to 1. So look here. Look here. Here is 1. Equal to what? Equal to 2 halves. Equal to what? Equal to, equal 3 thirds. Equals what? Equal to 4 fourths. Equal to what? Equal 5 fifths. Equal to what? Equal 6 sixths. Equal 7 sevenths. Equal to 8 eighths. Equal to 9 ninths. equal to 10 tenths, and so on. So it's so important here. The last point here is very important. Look here. Look here. 1 equal what? 2 halves, equal 3 thirds, equal 4 fourths, equal 5 fifths, and so on. If I make a comparison here between, look here, when I say, if you have a question here, yes, when I say 2 halves and 3 thirds, what is the suitable sign? Greater than, smaller than, or equal? So it will be equal. Why? Because 2 halves equals what? Equal to 1. And the 3 thirds is equal to 1. So it will be equal. When I say 7 sevenths and the 8 eighths, it will be 1. Because 7 sevenths equals 1. Yes, here is 7 sevenths equals 1. And the 8 eighths is also equals 1. Okay, when I say 10 tenths and 2 halves, it will be 1 equals, because 10 tenths equal to 1 and the 2 halves is equal to 1. This is the first part, and then let's move to the second part. Okay,